Ace number 8.
2 games all.
Overhead, the Goodyear blimp Enterprise, furnishing us with pictures throughout the day. Some clouds in the background starting to build up.
You get the feeling, Tony, I get the feeling that Zivojinovic is having broken back in this third set. Getting up to 2-all, he suddenly looks, hey, I can win this match. He really thinks he can.
Even looks more confident.
Yeah. Well, you go from McEnroe serving for the second set to go up 2 sets to love to winning the second set with all that turmoil and then getting the break back.
It's a final over in the grandstand. Nakova advances. Seated number 4. And in just a few moments over in the grandstand, Boris Becker will begin his match.
It looked as if he was going to be out of the tournament the other night.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 sets to love down to Tim Wilkerson.
But he's said something I thought was pretty astute, too. I'll get to it after this point.
40-50.
He knows he hasn't served well, and he said, yet I've managed to win with my other shots. And good players learn to win when they don't play their best. And then, obviously, when they play their best, they're going to be very successful. So he's a pretty sage guy for a 19-year-old. But he also better serve better if he's going to stick around here very long.
What was your observation about Becker's serve? Something to do with the way he's bending his legs that he didn't used to do?
Yeah, it seemed to me he was hitting some second serves very astray, and first serves too, and I was watching his knee bend closely. It seemed as if he was coming out of the knee bend before he was ready to start forward with his racket motion to strike the ball.
Game McEnroe.
Game to McEnroe. He leads 3-2 in the third. Zivojinovic serving. 2-3 in the third.
Love 15.
Third double.
It's a great Rod Laver. In the dark glasses.
Well-known young gentleman, Gene Barakat, in front of him.
Right.
15 all.
Well, when you talk about who's the best player that ever played this game, it's pretty hard to go past Rod Laver when he's the only man in the history to have won the Grand Slam twice. Did it when he was amateur and did it after they had open tennis, so he had to play against the pros as well. The only other man to do that, of course, when it once was Don Budge, so a tremendous feat.
Unusual, Nuke, to have this much drama and excitement on the first weekend.
Well, great matches, too, as well as the excitement. Normally, the first Saturday is, you get some good matches and some so-so. And the grandstand usually occupies the best matches.
That's true.
We've been very fortunate because we have seen some terrific tennis. That's why this stadium is almost completely full. And as I said earlier, this is not even the end of the first week, so we've got a lot of great things ahead of us. Looking forward to it.
All.
Haven't even had a glimpse of Boris Becker yet today. That's yet to come on the grandstand court.
Should be starting any moment. And the number 1 seed, Yvonne Lindell, will play tonight. He plays Jim Pugh.
Break point now for McEnroe. Young Jim Pugh from California. I know his dad
30-14.
Brought him up to try to get him to help with his serve a few years ago. I take no credit for what he does now, but he got hurt. I forget, was arm, elbow, shoulder, something bothered him, and when he got help and came back, he said, boy, I just didn't realize how much I miss tennis. This is just great. What an opportunity. He's doing well, and it'll be an interesting match, though I think that he will be overmatched against Ivan Lendl.
Second serve, break point.
It'll be a kicker.
Yeah, a lot of his kickers go real short, too. That one went short, but it was effective. It broke away so much from the forehand side, I think it took McEnroe by surprise. That'd be one of the tough things facing Zivojinovic's second serve, because when you're not sure if it's going to go short or deep. There's no consistency to it, no real pattern.
No left.
Advantage Zivojinovic.
Here's the second look. Good stretch. McEnroe at the end of that point said no let. He thought it was a let court.
I did think left was supposed to be called.
See, I don't know why he gets on the umpire. He's talking about a let. They got a let court, Judge. If he doesn't make the call, what's the umpire supposed to do about it?
Game Zivojinovic.
Games are 3-all, and
3 games all.
Neil Nastasi has had his share of run-ins with officials and Cyclops. Remember, he got down behind Cyclops one time, and he didn't think it was working right, and he said, no wonder it was made by Russia, and they don't like Romanians.
Connors won earlier today in straight sets. That was here in the stadium.
15 low.
Yared in straight sets as well. Gilbert over Forgier. LeConte.
I think Navratilova wins in straight sets over Bonder easily. That was also on the center court. Kota Kilsch, straight sets over Caccini.
Second service.
Sukova wins 7-6, 6-1. Bungie 6-3, 6-4. And Ann Hobbs wins 6-4 in the third. Good hands by McEnroe.
This was a pretty good shot from Zivojinovic. Watch McEnroe, how he covers the down-the-line shot, but is always looking for the cross-court. You block off that down-the-line shot at that angle and then be ready to move across court. And what you look for is your opponent's racket head. That'll indicate to you early where they're going to hit it.
Pressure on both good. 40 low.
McEnroe's collapsed. An overrule by the umpire in his favor, and he's collapsed. I don't believe it. He'll get up smiling now. That's his 8th ace.
Game McEnroe.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.